everyone, my name is Roya, and today I'm going to tell you guys about the books that I plan to read in the month of March. So I do have quite a lot of books here on this TBR. This is probably like my longest TBR yet of this year. It's like ridiculous. It's certainly over 10 books at this point, and my average has been well below 10 books lately. Like, that's been my average historically, but lately I've been lucky to read like 6 or 7 books in a month, so we'll see how many of these I actually get to. So I'm just gonna get right into it and show you guys the books I plan to read. So firstly, I do have 2 current reads that I just started. Firstly, I do have Winter Rose by Patricia A. McKillip. I'm only like a chapter into this one so far, but her books are, usually fairly short. I think this will be a fairly quick read, and her books are really weird, and so I'm really excited to read further into this book. And then also The Girl in the Picture by Alexandra Monir. I just read like the first few pages the other day. This is the one book by Alexandra Monir that I have now not read out of her now 6 books. So I'm definitely really interested in reading this one because essentially Alexandra Monir has written, like, every book or series of hers is so different from the last one. Like, none of her books are anything alike at all. The only thing they have in common is that they're all young adult, but essentially in genre, content, plot, everything, they are nothing alike at all. So when you pick up one of her books, you really almost don't know what you're getting based on, like, no matter how many of her books you've read before. So, because they're all just so different from each other. So I'm definitely just really interested in seeing what I think of this one. And of course I do have some books for review. So since Y'all West is only a couple of months away now, less than a couple of months even, I am definitely hoping, obviously I'm thinking that I'm gonna get some books there, and usually I end up getting way the heck more books at Y'all West than I think I'm going to. I always think I'm gonna get like fewer and fewer every year because there's so many panels I want to go to the whole time, and then I wind up getting way more books there than I thought. So like last year I thought I was going to be lucky to get like 5 books, and I ended up with like 20, and I don't know how that happened. So essentially before Y'all West comes around this year, in less than a couple of months, I want to kind of read as many of the books that I have for review before that as possible. So right now I have Lion Cub by J.P. Harker still to read, and Buzzkill by David Sosnovsky. So both of these books, Lion Cub it was sent to me several months ago, so I definitely hope to get to it very soon. Buzzkill was just sent to me at the beginning of this year. I've only had it for like a couple of months, so no pressure if I don't get to it this month, but I really, really hope to, because I really want to just get to both of these books because then I can review them. Hooray! And surprise, surprise, I actually do have one more book for review that I just got yesterday. It showed up at my door just yesterday, so it was not in my February book haul because it showed up on like the last day of February. So this is The Electric Air by Victoria Lee. This is the sequel to The Fever King, which I read last year. It's like right there. But anyway, I really enjoyed The Fever King. I think that it was actually one of those books that while I was reading it, I was kind of like, okay, yeah, this is good. But then after I read it, I was like still thinking about it, and I'm still thinking about it even now. And so I'm definitely like really excited to get to the sequel. And of course, I do also have The King's Traitor by Jeff Wheeler, which I hoped to read last month. I just read the second book in the series, The Thief's Daughter, last month, and I was really hoping to have actually read this one as well by now, but I have not, so I really, really want to get to this one. This will probably be like the first thing that I read this month, or one of the first things anyway, so I'm definitely looking forward to getting to this book. And like I mentioned, since Y'all West is less than a couple of months away, and I actually do still have 2 arcs from Y'all West that I didn't get to yet, purely because of that whole reading slump, obviously. So essentially, I have The Lady and the Highwayman by Sarah M. Eden, and The Lady in the Coppergate Tower by Nancy Campbell Allen, and these books are not connected at all. I know they both start with The Lady, and so it sounds like they would be a series, but they're not by the same author or anything. Oh, and they're also both purple, coincidentally. I don't know why. Like, literally, they're by the same publisher, so maybe that publisher just really likes purple books. I have no idea. But anyway, I really am looking forward to getting to both of these books. I've been meaning to read them forever. They have been at the top of my TBR list for quite some gosh darn time, but you know, since I haven't been reading quite as much every month as I typically have, it's been a little bit hard to get to both of these, so I hope to get to them very soon. And I did not get to either of the books that I picked out of the TBR jar last month. So essentially, Into the Dim by Janet B. Taylor and My Lady Mage by Alexis Morgan are still going to be on my TBR this month. I really hope to get to both of them very soon because I am really excited about both of these books. I will probably end up getting to My Lady Mage sooner than Into the Dim, but just because this is already a very young adult heavy TBR, I feel like this is already more young adult books than I really typically want to read in one month. So reading an adult book, and I'm also just really in the mood for a fantasy romance lately. So hopefully I'll get to this one very soon, and hopefully I'll get to both of these this month. And there is one more book that I am putting on this TBR for this month, and that is The Alchemist by Michael Scott. I just acquired this book in February, and it is the one book I got in February that I have not read yet. So basically, if I read it this month, I don't have to put it in the TBR jar. So that is cutting down on the amount of books that I am getting and then not like reading. So yeah, because I'm definitely trying to read every book that I get kind of as close to the time as I get it as possible. So yeah. And now it is time for everyone's favorite moment of the TBR video, the TBR jar. So I can't even actually shake this jar because it's so full of freaking book titles. Like, look at this. It's ridiculous. But anyway, I'm gonna pick one out. So lucky for me, the book title that I just drew out of the jar is actually The Lady and the Highwayman, which I already showed you in this video that I already plan to get to this month. So that's lucky for me. There's not a whole nother book that I have to add to this already huge pile. This is ridiculous. The books are like right next to me and they're like falling over all over the place, and this is ridiculous. So anyway, those are the books that I plan to read this month. Let me know if you have read any of these, have any thoughts on them, any of that, and which ones you think I should get to first, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!